And just like that, we are back live. Alright, so we were trying to see if Tyler Ennis, if he still plays for the Oilers. Yeah, he does, so we'll leave him be. Next up is Chris Russell. I used to have a soft spot for Chris Russell. I could see myself upgrading his overall, just because his contract is a bit rough as well. But he really isn't giving me a reason to upgrade his overall, so I guess not. Meanwhile, Kailer Yamamoto. This is someone that I've always been a doubter of, but he's, even though he's taken a while to start to grow, um, he is relatively good now. So I'm gonna upgrade his overall. And we're gonna at least try and make him viable-ish in NHL. Alright, I think overall for him is fair. Um, Actually, he could even be 82 overall, but I'll leave him at 81 overall. Just because in this universe, he's still like a year younger than he is in the actual NHL, so there's plenty of time for him to grow. It's basically my explanation for that. Next up, Joakim Nygaard. I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've ever heard his name. Not exactly sure who this is, but he played 9 games from the Oilers this season. I guess he's fine how he is. Next is Gaetan Haas. Or Jayton Haas. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I think he's fine too. Next up is Jujur Khaira. Again, I have a bit of a soft spot for this player, given that he's of Punjabi ethnicity, just pretty close to India, which is also where I am from, but that's not really a reason to buff a player. Next up is Riley Shahan. Let us see if he is worthy of an upgrade. He is actually playing in the Buffalo Sabres now. So let's send him over to the Sabres. There we go. And then let's keep on editing Edmonton. Next up, Josh Archibald. Now, this is someone that can definitely use an overall boost. He's actually been decent for the Oilers. Yeah, he's been quite decent last couple of years. So let's get him to 78, 79 overall. Alright, yeah, I think 70 overall for Josh Archibald makes sense. Next up, and the last player is Patrick Russell. And first time I'm hearing of this name, let's just see what he's all about, I guess. He's from Denmark. He played 8 games for the Oilers. He has been in the NHL for 3 seasons now. So I think he needs a bit of an overall boost just to like 77 overall, I guess. There we go. 77 overall for Patrick Russell. Now on to their goalies. I personally am fine with Mike Smith at 83 overall. I think that's a fair rating for Mike Smith. He is, of course, a pretty good goaltender. Middle of the pack, I would say. He has had good stats this season. Yeah, I think he's fine at 83 overall, if I'm gonna be honest. Next up, Mikko Koskinen, who I definitely feel deserves a downgrade. He is not an 83 overall. Yeah, he was extremely good for 1 season, but he's dropped off again, and it really doesn't seem like he's that great of a goaltender. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him 81 overall because I think that's more fair. There we go. Just like that, he is 81 overall. Next roster is Florida. Plenty to change here, I would say. I think Huberto, Barkov are fine. Next up, I think Dadonov is fine, but he should be on his right team, which is Ottawa. Although he did have a down year, but again, I believe that he is pretty good. Unless he is bad also next season, I'm going to keep him as he is right now, and then we will see next season. There we go. Continuing on to the rest of the Florida roster now. I think Ekblad could use a bit of an upgrade. He was quite good last couple of seasons. I agree that he's a two-way defender. Yeah, I would say let's just make him 87 overall, and then he's fair. There we go. Just like that, I think his overall is pretty fair. Because he will also be growing, so I think he is fine the way he is. Keith Yandel now. He can definitely use a bit of a downgrade. He's not quite the player he once used to be. although he is still quite good. Actually, on second thought, I think he's fine. Never mind. I think he's fine. Next up, Mike Hoffman, who is no longer a Florida Panther. He is now a... Mike Hoffman is now